What about the lost art of bottling fruit and vegetables? We're going to need to be able to do that in the future. You know, we have, for a couple of weeks, we've had thousands of tomatoes, and then we don't have any for the rest of the year. Well, yeah, I'm exaggerating, but, you know, our grandparents... Oh, I like another idea, too. Think about this. People, the young people in the middle age and so on, are so busy earning a living that it's difficult to cater for their kids and all the things their kids want to do. But seniors who've retired have a lot of time and also a lot of those skills. And I love the notion of bringing seniors and kids together to learn some of these things that we're too busy today to do, but we're going to need in the future. And you can have fun with this. This is an artist's impression of what a reuse and repair center could be, spiraling outwards to a resource recovery park, and I'll talk more about that later on. San Francisco has a population of 850,000, very little space. They have to educate people in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Chinese. And by 2000, they were up to 50% waste diverted from landfill and incinerated. They have no incinerators in San Francisco, but they diverted that from landfill. 63% by 2004, 70% by 2008, 72% by 2009, and their goal for 2010 this year is 75%. They're confident they're going to reach that goal, and their goal for 2020 is 100% or very close. So they've actually adopted a zero waste strategy. Italy. Just in case you think this is only big cities that can do this, actually it's the other way around. It's small towns that can do it much better and much easier and much quicker than cities. But we have over 2,000 communities in Italy are achieving over 50% diversion using door-to-door collection systems, which is new to them. They've never had door-to-door before the late 1990s. Over 200 communities are achieving over 70% diversion. These communities, some of which I visited in Lazio province, which is Rome and south of Rome, Sermonetta there, a population of 7,000, 64% diversion in 1 year. 1 year. You think that's good. Villafranco d'Asti in Piemonte, a population of 30,000, has reached 85% diversion. And they were able to get that high because they used that pay-by-bag system, which I shall be talking about later. Spain, Ercibil in Basque Country went from 28% to 86% in 7 months. And you might wonder why. They're trying to build an incinerator in Ercibil. It gets people's attention. Please note that mass burn incineration only gets 75% diversion from landfill. For every 4 tons of waste that you burn, you get 1 ton of ash. So if you compare incineration, 75% reduction, with San Francisco, which is already up to 72% reduction, the top city that paid a fortune to do this is left with 25% toxic ash. San Francisco is left with 28% residuals, which they can still work on in their goal to go to zero waste by 2020. But now it's time to talk about the residual fraction. And the residual fraction, we have to minimize that. We can do that with waste reduction initiatives and economic incentives. Waste reduction initiatives. Undesirable packaging. What can you do with undesirable packaging? 1, you can ban it. 2, you can tax it. 3, you can put a returnable deposit on it. And 4, you can educate people to avoid it. So there are different ways of tackling this. Now in Ireland, they put a 15-cent tax on plastic shopping bags, and to everybody's amazement, in 1 year they reduced the use of those shopping bags by 92%. I understand you've done a similar thing here on the island. That's terrific. I think you haven't used as much as 15 cents, but it's still been a good driver. In Italy, in-time collection of food from supermarkets and restaurants. This is Professor Andrea Segre again, and if you want to contact him, that's his email address. And by the way, if I'm going too fast for you to take notes, don't worry. If you have a pen drive, a USB drive, you're more than welcome to have a complete copy of my presentation afterwards. If you don't have one with you, want it later, Richard Richard has a copy, and you can get it from him. And I think he's going to put it on the website as well. So all these details, which I know how irritating it is if someone's talking and you can't get down an email address, you want to kill them. So don't kill me, you can get it later. Okay. Now, several supermarket chains in Italy are providing dispensing systems which allow customers to refill shampoo and detergent bottles. I thought that was great because shampoo bottles are heavy-grade plastic. They can go on forever. Instead of having thousands, millions of these thrown into landfills, use the same one again and again and again. And they also do it for wine, water, and milk. But wait for it. Look at this company. This is Efficorta in Capanari, near Lucca. And this store, 95% of the products in this store are obtained within 70 kilometers of the store. And they have 60 dispensing systems for every solid that you can think of, from pasta to beans to peas and so on. So you just bring in your own container and fill away. Also 60 taps which deal with shampoos, detergents, water, beer, honey, olive oil, wine, and olive oil. I mentioned that, and I love this. You see those 2 barrels there? There's 8 taps there. And above there is a map showing where that wine comes from in the area. And then you can take a glass and try a sample of each one. And when you found the one that you like, if you're still standing, you can fill it up. And the most expensive was 2.7 euros a litre. And they don't have any plastic bags there. They've got hemp or cotton. And that's the website, Efficorta IT. A little creativity at the front end saves millions at the back end. And talking about the back end, Panolini, diapers, nappies, Pampers. It cost an American family about $2,000 to put a baby through Pampers. It's pay, poop, chuck, pay, poop, chuck, pay, poop, chuck, pay, poop, chuck. These cost 30 or 40 euros, and you only need a few. And in Capanari, the store owners are now, the pharmacies are now giving away the first one to new parents. So they're really putting an effort onto that. Waste reduction. Disposable diapers to reusable diapers. This is some of the ideas. You probably have others. Disposable plastic bags to reusable cloth bags. Disposable containers to refillable containers. Canteens. Every school, every college, every prison should be using, going back if they haven't already, to using those wonderful materials, china, glass, and stainless steel, which can be used again and again and again. If you do that, you're going to have to invest some money into washing machines, but then you're going to get jobs, a lot of jobs out of that. I'm not sure what I meant to ask the folks here if that was happening already. Bottle washing plants. I know your beer industry here uses kegs, but I'm not sure. They must also have cans, I suspect. But it'd be better if they used reusable glass bottles of the same size, with the only difference being the label, and refilled those bottles again and again and again. Again, more jobs washing the bottles. Another company. Cardboard baling at supermarkets. This is a very bulky item, and it's relatively easy to get those cardboard into bales, which the industry wants, and instead of paying money to a waste company to take it away, you can actually make money. Deconstruction, not demolition companies. Water fountains to refill water bottles instead of all these plastic disposable water bottles. And I think you have such a beautiful island here. When people arrive on the plane, they should get a message of one kind and another. Maybe you give them a reusable cloth bag and say, please use this on the island. We want to keep it beautiful. You came here because we're beautiful. Keep it that way. Use this bag. Maybe a reusable container of some kind, and ask them to use that, keep refilling it with water. Persuade your hotels to have the fountains there in the hotel so people with that one bottle can keep filling it. Economic incentives. The pay-by-bag system, or the pay-as-you-throw system. In this system, your basic waste management plan is obviously taken care of by the tax structure, but in addition to that, the compostables are taken for free, the recyclables are taken for free, but the residual fraction, the more you make,